Welcome to this month's Strong class. You may want a block or a book with you today for one of the poses we're going to do. But when you're ready, come into a seated position, have one foot in, the other foot in front, and if you want to raise your hips up on a low block or a cushion to start with, then you're welcome to do so. We'll start by closing down the eyes. Let's take a couple of focused breaths. Inhaling in, filling the lungs with air. And exhale out, slow and smooth. 2 more of those. Inhaling in, deep inhale, and exhaling out, slow and smooth. 1 more. Inhale in, and exhaling out, slow and smooth, and open your eyes and let's begin moving. So bringing your left hand down, let your right arm reach up and take a little walk over to that left side, reaching out through the right side of the body. Inhale those arms up to the sky, really reach up high, and then exhale them over to the right. Inhale up high, exhale over to the left. And one more time, inhaling up high, exhale over to the right. Bring your hands in front of you. Take a little walk forward with those hands. Maybe you bring your forearms more down to the mat or the floor. Maybe you stay on your fingertips. Walk those hands back in. Let's swap those legs round. Take that walk forward again. You may notice that you're stretching out now on the other side. Again, bring forearms down or stay on your fingertips. Lovely, walking those hands back in and keep your legs crossed this way. Taking your right hand, let's hold our left knee. Left fingertips are behind you. Inhale tall. Exhale, take that twist over that left shoulder. Pausing here, if the gaze follows, let it, but never force that gaze round. With that back hand, take it now over the head. Bring it forward, find that empty knee. Chin comes to chest, round through the spine, stretching out through the back of the body. Lovely, head comes up. Let's leave that left hand on the right knee and take our right fingertips behind. Inhale tall. Exhale, take a twist over that right shoulder. Again, let the gaze follow if it wants to. Bring yourself back round, and then the back hand comes over the head, finds the empty knee, chin comes to chest, and you round through the spine. Lovely, head comes up. Let's roll over our knees and come into a 4-point kneeling position. From your 4-point kneeling position, let's just take a few cat-cows here to warm up again, a bit through the spine. So next time you inhale, you dropping your belly, lifting your tailbone, lifting your gaze up. And as you exhale, you round through the spine, chin tucks in, tailbone tucks. A few more of those in your own time. Warming up, making that movement all the way through the spine. And then finding a stillness. As you pad your hands forward just a little bit, tuck your toes, and then bring the knees off the mat and see if you can send the hips backwards and up towards the sky as we find downward facing dog. It's our first one, so maybe pedal out those legs, but definitely keep a nice bend in the knee here, pushing that floor away. With your hands, give your head and neck a little shake, yes and no. Take a lovely stretch here and any movement that you need to. Find a stillness in your downward facing dog as you keep your hands and feet where they are. Roll your shoulders forward, coming into a plank pose. So we can stay on our toes or our knees can come down to the mat. But either way, we're pushing that floor away and we're super engaged through the whole body. Everybody bend your knees, find downward facing dog. Let's take that again. Rolling forward into your plank. Lowering your hips, one long line of energy. It's your choice if you stay on your toes or you bring your knees to the mat. Bend the knees, find downward facing dog. Look up at your hands, slow walk up towards those hands. Energetic bunny hop is always there if you're ready for it.
But meet me at the top of the mat in a deep forward fold. So maybe you're just hanging here, more like a rag doll. Maybe your hands hold your opposite elbow and you like to swing from side to side. Either way, take a nice little bend in the knee if you want to. You don't need to have straight legs in deep forward fold. And then slowly unravel the spine to come up to a standing position. Just reach those arms up towards the sky and then bend over to that right side. And maybe you just take hold of the wrist there, just to gently ease yourself and stretch through the left side. And again up to the sky, take it over to the left. Lovely, rise up towards the sky and then hinge at the hips. Let your hands float back down to that deep forward fold. Bring the hands to the shins or the thighs. Just pause for me here in a halfway lift. Send those hips backwards. Send the crown of the heads forwards. Back down to that deep forward fold, stepping the right foot back. So my fingertips are on the mat, stepping back into a runner's lunge with my right leg back and my left foot forward. Ground that right hand in. Let the left arm reach up to the sky and your back knee can be lifted or it can be down. It is your choice. Lovely, bring that left hand down and we'll step back into downward facing dog. Your choice here, if you want to stay still, if you want to keep pedaling. Just find a stillness now. The right leg just needs to lift a little bit more to give us momentum and see if it can come between the hands. If it doesn't make it, just drop the left knee and step the right leg forward. We've got our fingertips maybe on the mat. If you want, you can tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. We're in a lunge now on the other side. Pause here for a moment. And then ground that left hand. Let the right arm reach up now. Remember, the back knee can be lifted. The back knee can be down. It is your choice. Right hand comes down and let's take a step to the top of the mat. One more deep forward fold here. Just hang nice and loose. As you start to roll up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, and come on up to a standing position for me at the top of your mat. We are going to begin our standing sequence. Remember to take it to your own time, to your own depth, and take a rest whenever you want to. Let's begin in chair pose. We often do, so sit that bottom back and down. The weight is in my heels, I can see my toes. I'm in my chair pose. I can lift my toes, and that's how I know the weight is in my heels. And you can stay in chair, or if you fancy awkward chair, come up onto the tiptoes and see if you want awkward chair today. I'm going to stay in chair with all of you that want chair. So here we are, we're sinking a little lower, we're sinking a little lower. Now ground into that left leg, everybody. Bring yourself back into classic chair if you're in an awkward chair. Ground into that left leg, let the right leg rise up. And see if there's a tree pose in you today. So maybe your right foot comes towards your right shin. Maybe for some of you, it comes a little higher. And then foot is going into leg, leg is going into foot. We're looking at a spot in front of us on the floor. And some people may even raise their arms up, or you can keep them on the hips or in a prayer pose. Take another breath in your tree pose today. One more breath. Lovely, and then bring the knee back round to center. Step it back, stay on the ball of the back foot and come into a high lunge. So my left foot and toes are pointed forward. I'm on the ball of my right foot at the back there, and I'm starting to bend into that left knee. I've also got a bend in my right leg at the back, and that's just helping me stretch out this right thigh. If you want the arms to go up, they can. And as an option, you could hover that right knee off the mat. It is an option. It's quite a strong option. So take it if you want to. It is your choice. One more breath here. Always one more breath. As we come on back up, lower the back foot to 45 degrees and open those arms out into a warrior two. So my front foot is face forward. My back foot is at approximately 45 degrees. I'm looking over my front middle finger there, sinking a little lower, sinking a little lower. Tune back into the breath.
You're holding your warrior two. It's a strong pose. And then really slowly straighten that front leg. Okay, flip that front palm, reach forward with your front hand and start to hinge at the hips as you find a triangle pose. So I'm here in triangle, maybe I've got my block and I pop my hand on that block just to give me a bit of steadiness here. I'm holding my triangle, always taking that one more breath. As I rise back up with my torso, but keep my legs as they are, flip the front palm, reach forward, find for me your reverse triangle. So my front arm comes overhead, my back arm can find my back leg, and I am in control of how high or how low I go in this reverse triangle. Maybe you're looking up, maybe you're looking down, or somewhere in between, wherever is most comfortable for your neck. Find for me your triangle pose and then bring your back heel in and make your front foot into 45 degrees as well. Sit into goddess. So maybe your goddess is here, maybe your goddess is a little lower. We're trying to get those thighs so they're rotating backwards. So our knees are not coming in, they're open and they're wide and we're sinking as low as we can. If you want to bring your arms into a classic goddess arms, please feel free to do so. And there is always the option for awkward goddess. If you know it, go for it. If you're working to awkward goddess, maybe kick up your back heel first of all and hold it there for a breath or two before you lower your back heel and you kick up your front heel. And that's how we practice working into awkward goddess. Awkward goddess is where we come up with both heels. Whatever variation you're taking, we are nearly there. You're like, no more goddess. Okay, come on back up. You've got two straight legs. Is that block in front of you? Because we're going to bring in the weight onto our front foot. Find that block. It's underneath our shoulder approximately. And see if the weight can come onto that front foot and the back leg can lift a little bit. We're coming into half moon. Maybe your back leg lifts a little more as you rotate open. Maybe some of you bring the top arm in as well. And just see if you can hang out for a breath or two in half moon. Never thought I'd be using the words hanging out in half moon. But there we are. Can you hold it for one more breath? Lovely, bring that back foot to the back of the mat as your right hand comes down. You're back into a runner's lunge. Just let that left arm reach up. Give yourself a little twist here. Left arm comes back down and you have a choice of stepping back into downward facing dog or bringing knees to the mat and bringing your bottom to your heels in child's pose. Which either of those you've taken, take a breath. Find the energy to do all of that again on the other side. And I'm going to move around so that I can still see you while we're doing the other side. So you're in a downward facing dog or you're in child's pose, taking a breath. And if you're in child's pose now, can you find for me your downward facing dog? Look up at your hands, slow walk or energetic bunny hop to the top of the mat. You're like, definitely slow walk, right? And then unroll all the way to standing. And as you reach standing, can you sit back into chair? So your feet are probably just a little gap between your feet. Sitting into a chair, your arms can be up like mine here. Perhaps they're in prayer, perhaps they're on your hips. Perhaps you decide to take awkward chair. And you lift your heels up. So if you're in awkward chair, focus on something in front of you. If you're in classic chair, lift your toes to make sure that the weight is in your heels and you're sending your bottom backwards and downwards. Can you sink a little lower? This is our last chair. Can you sink a little lower? One more time, a little lower. Okay, holding there. As we ground into the right leg, straighten that right leg as you lift the left leg and you find tree on this side. So maybe your left foot comes to your shin, maybe it comes a little higher. You'll see I often place that there with my hands. And if you keep your hands on your hips or in prayer, you're going to keep yourself a little bit more balanced. Once you start moving those hands away from the body, that's when we find a little bit more challenge in our balance. So you work out where you are today. See if there's another breath for you there. Can you focus on that spot that's right in front of you? One more breath. Before we bring that left knee into the center, step it back into a high lunge. So I'm on the ball of my back left foot. I've got my front right toes pointed forwards. I'm sinking as low as I want to. I've got a bend in the back leg, or maybe I'm hovering off the mat. If you hovered on the other side, you've got to hover on this side too. So there you are. Your hands can be up, hips, or in prayer. We're holding our high lunge. You've got it for one more breath. Holding here. Oh, you've had enough. Come on up then and open out into a warrior two. So my front toes are faced forward. My back toes are about 45 degrees. I'm gazing over those front middle fingers. I'm sinking lower if I want to and wanting to build a bit more intensity here into the pose. Let's hold our warrior two. Taking a breath, connecting back in before we straighten the front leg. Flip that front palm, reach forwards. Find for me your triangle pose. So I'm hinging at the hips. I'm starting to come on down. Maybe I'm grabbing my block to use that. My top arm can stay on my hip, or it can rise up towards the sky. It's totally up to you. Holding your triangle pose. Before you come on all the way back up. Flip that front palm again. Reach forward, come on over with that front arm. The front arm comes over the head, the back arm finds the back leg, and you're in your reverse triangle. So you are in control of how far you go. Take it to where you want to today. We are nearly through. Where did we go next? We came back up and the back heel came in and the front foot went to 45 degrees. We sank into goddess. Yeah, we're back in our goddess. You could keep your hands in prayer on your hips. They could come overhead and cross at the, these? Wrists. Cross at the wrists. Sink lower. If you took awkward chair last time, you could take it again. Or maybe you're starting to work towards awkward chair by kicking up one heel, maybe counting to 3 in your head, lowering that down, kicking up the other heel, and again, counting to 3 in your head. Or you keep both heels down. There is no need to take awkward goddess at all. It's just an option. Wherever you are, come on up and we're going to find that half moon again. So the weight goes into the front foot goes back straighter if it can do towards the top of the mat. You find that block underneath your shoulders. You start to lift the back leg, and this is half moon. This is also half moon. And we can keep our leg going upwards until it gets sort of that 90-ish degree angle. And from there, maybe your hand starts to leave your hip and you come and you find your full half moon, holding here. Remember, we're hanging out in half moon this month. Hanging out in half moon. Not one more breath actually, about 2 more breaths. Because it's a long hold, this one, isn't it? Okay, one more breath. Can you take one more breath here? Before that back foot comes to the back of the mat, step it back, hands down, keep the left hand grounded now. Just give yourself a nice little twist there in that right arm coming up towards the sky. And then find for me your downward facing dog, or knees to the mat, big toes together, sit back on the heels, and find for me your child's pose. We are nearly through. We are definitely through with all the standing work. We just got a little bit more to do. So find for me that one more breath. Take that energy. If you're in child's pose, find downward facing dog. Can you, from downward facing dog, roll back forward into that plank? So you've got the option here. We could have knees down, knees lifted, right leg lifted, or right knee comes towards your tricep for 1 and back out. For 2, back out. For 3, back out. For 4, back out. For 5,
back out, right foot down, option left leg lifted, or you're holding your plank. Come with me if you've got your leg lifted to the tricep for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, and for 5. Take it back out, knees to the mat, hips to one side.
Have you got a count of 10 left in you? I don't know if I have, but I'm going to do it with you. So we're here. You know what's coming. Lift those legs up. If you want, you can have one foot down and your hands behind your knees, and you swap over at the count of 5. Otherwise, find for me your boat pose. Hands behind knees, hands behind you, hands shins, hands up, legs straight. Whatever you're going for, we're coming down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, chest lifted, 3, chest lifted, 2, 1, hug those knees in. You have done brilliantly. Lie down on your mats. Come lie down with me. Give yourself just 1 minute here to take in all the benefits of what you've just done. Let's bring our right knee in towards our chest. Take it over to the left side with your left hand. Roll onto that left hip. And your right arm can come back out. You can gaze over those right fingertips. Close down the eyes if you want to. Take a breath. And then roll back onto your back. Let the left knee come in and meet the right. Give yourself a big, big squeeze. Let the right leg go long. Hug in the left. Guide the left leg over to that right side. Reach back out with the left arm if you want to. Look over towards those left fingertips if you want to. And then roll back onto your back. Just find a resting position, whatever suits you on the mat right now. Legs bent, legs straight. If you haven't already, just close down the eyes. We are going to take 3 focused breaths just to finish the class. So exhale with me now just to synchronize. And then inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that exhale all come out. Allow your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Now, if you have a few more minutes, please stay exactly where you are. But if you need to get on with your day, slowly make your way up to a seated position, however that is best for you. Meet me here. Thank you so much for doing that class with me today. I hope to see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.